after I do that, and we're done again, sometimes if the aura had a lot of stuff, I will sage again. I always end it though with like this big, I move my arms all the way around with a big bright white thing, and I literally, they're literally encased in that. And then when I go up to the top, and don't forget I'm condensing this, obviously.
I should have videotaped the whole thing.
When I go up to the top, I go back to this again. Let's see how they are. And you're doing your breath work. So like I'll be going, see, and I can feel like, so I can feel I'm not going, which means he's still got some stuff going on there, because I really haven't done, I'm just kind of going through the motions. Yeah. When he's good, you'll be able to go, and you'll feel like you have no problem pushing out that breath. Okay. Because you're going to be in tune with that. Then I go to here, most of you, I always do the top of the shoulders. When you do this, you're literally taking the weight of the world off them. You're saying, you know, in with the positive, out with negative, and you're just going to take the biggest breath you can. And this is where I really try to do 11. And you push out everything. You literally see like this woof go through them, where you're getting rid of that. Then I go to here. This is where I bring Archangel Michael in. When I have my hands on your shoulders like this, I actually say, Archangel Michael, please wrap your wings around Paul, guide and protect him, give him strength and protection and healing. And I do that every single session with every single person. And I picture, he doesn't have just regular wings that are kind of wrapping around him here. His wings wrap him from his head to his feet and completely cover him. And then I picture that. I've had people tell me they felt those wings.
I've seen it, yeah.
You know, and I never told, Renee was one of them. I never told her I did that. And she goes, what's the weirdest things? I saw these two big wings come up and wrap themselves around me.
For me. Something bad came out. I'm like, oh no, he's protected.
No, I do that. So some people who connect to that, they see that. But I use him there. If you're working with the angelic energy and you're doing, you know, the work on them, and you want to bring in Camuel, Shamuel for the heart, do that. You know, have her put her energy in, have her, you know, that's how you want to work with them. Because I do. Sometimes I'll do it a lot from up here too. I'll ask her to go, please. There are times where there's 3 of them I bring in a lot. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Camuel. And I'll say to all 3 of them, especially when I bring in Archangel Raphael, that's when I'm like, okay, this person needs some heavy duty healing. And I'll literally say, please heal the heart, please heal this, please heal that.
And you do put the green light then with that one? If it's not,
yes, as long as it's not, you know, like I said, the cancer part. And then I go back up here. Now this is an important part, because a lot of people say, why do you spend so much time in my head? Because your head dictates everything in there. So if you don't get this into a really calm, good place, and I will picture, as I'm working on the head, I picture the inside of the head. I just picture the energy going in through his head. The white light goes in through the top of the head. It's working, it's going in through all the parts of the head. It's shooting down through his arms, through his feet, through his legs, through his hands. And I'm going calm and relaxed. Oh, that's the other one I didn't put on there. I always do that when I'm on the head. I'm like, calm and relaxed. In with the calm energy, in with the relaxed energy. And you want to know what? Most people, that's right about then where they finally are able to kind of relax. Because you're concentrating on relaxing their head. The busiest part, it's the busiest part of somebody. Up here is the crown, so, you know, I'll take, you know, you can go in whatever order you want when you're up here. I'll picture up here, and I'll say, this is where I'll say, in with the earth energy. I always make sure my feet are on the ground then. Picture those roots coming up, and I'll say, in with the divine. And that's usually, this is a point where a lot of people will say, I just felt this, something at the top of my head and this big whoosh of energy. That's what I'm doing when that happens. The third eye. I always do both hands on the third eye. I always have them connected. I'm always doing that mantra. See, you can feel it. The energy here is really strong. I do work here a lot more when somebody's intuitive. And if it's somebody who wants to hear that, you know, when I'm down here on some of you guys, it's your ears I'm working on for that, for the clairaudience. So for some people, I am working on their ears because they have ringing in their ears and things like that.
You say in with the earth and down with the divine?
In with the earth energy and in with the divine energy. So that's how I do it. I always bring the earth one in first. And then here, this area is a strong point where people will feel like they're able to almost flip into that switch where they can get into the, I want to say that deeper relaxation place. Because if you do the temples here, I always touch my thumbs together, and you can totally feel the difference in the energy. You're condensing. What you're doing is very similar to the to using the quantum energy, because you're condensing that energy into this little, and it's literally going like this back and forth between your hands and into the person. So it works really good.
Is that where you feel like your head sliding with the people?
Yeah, this is like, I can feel it even on him. I don't know what he's feeling, but
There's two spots. There's a little divot on either side of the top of the head. When you do certain kind of healing energies, you touch it here, and then you take your other hand and you put it on the area where there's illness or whatever, and it's the person's energy going through you directly to. So it's their own energy that heals.
Oh yeah, well that's what healing is. Like our self-heal. We self-heal. It's just we usually stop it. You know, when we're in that place. And then a lot of up here, if you can touch their head, like right here, I always do it on the sides. This part right here is always where it feels the best, like energy-wise. And that's usually when somebody gets a little bit lightheaded, or they start to, they're sleeping usually, or somewhere. And that's when you did all this, right? So now you're going to go back in, because now you're getting towards the end. So for me, that's the other reason I use my music. My music guides me to where I am in my healing process. I know at a certain point when I have to get to, okay, now I'm bringing them up to my vibrational level. Like now I'm going to work on, you know, the whole big thing. And usually, by the way, we do this a couple times. I'll do this, and you can bring in Archangel Michael as many times as you want. You follow your guidance. However many times you're guided to do that, you just do it. There's no set number. When I'm working right here, that's when I'm literally saying, I picture him. You could picture, you picture that part of them coming up to your level, and that's when I start to get like a little, like I know when it's hit that, because I get like a little, it's almost like a little bit of a dizzy feeling in my third eye. And I'll say, bring Paul up to my vibrational level, and I'll hold him there. And then I'll bring him back down, because I can't hold him there for that long, because I get, I get too dizzy. And then I bring him back down, and then I'll just assess again and see how he is. And that's usually, by that point, usually you can just go, and I'm like, oh, they feel good. You know? And by then, it's usually right towards the end. You'll learn how to work with your sessions, but it's usually close to the end. If I feel like there's a little more time and it's somebody who, you know, did that pretty quick, then I do a little more work on their third eye if I know there's somebody like that. Or I'll do a little more work calming their head, because I know they have a really busy head. Yes. No crossing your feet. Hands always by your side.
Thing.
I always tell them that, because they stop the flow. You don't want to do that. And I had people do that, and then they had numb hands and feet, because I didn't notice my eyes were closed during the session too, and at that point they had their feet crossed for a length of time. But so that's basically it. If it's somebody who has like sinus issues and things like that, you can do their face. It's really good for that. This is gonna shoot it out through it anyway, but when you're doing it, you can envision that. You want to envision that light going through their whole body, through their, you know, just like the blood does.